All right, so I got a new one for you, Dean. AI listings. That means listings on ChatGPT, Gemini, the new Apple stuff coming out for AI, anything AI, and having a business listings on it. Someone asked me about it over the weekend. I started doing some research on it. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of AI listings, but I am not sure exactly the ins and outs of it. Let's put it that way. I mean, let's talk about it a little bit because that way, when I'm visiting with our members, I sound fairly intelligent on it. So,
Now I know you don't watch my videos because I did a whole video on it this weekend and just
I
put it
never.
out
I
on the
don't
internet.
watch your. I don't have enough hours in the day to watch your videos, Rob. You put out too many of them. But no, I have. I have not. I have not watched that one. So,
All right.
and I do watch your videos. I'm just giving you a hard time. So,
I'm just giving you shit too. So there you go. All right. So what is an AI listing? An AI listing is a listing when data is found inside of any of the Chat GPTs or any of the AI tools that are out there. So you have Chat GPT, you have Gemini, you have hundreds of AI things that have came out. This means, and what I'm seeing inside of the search, I started looking at it, I got asked about it on Friday. Saturday, I did some research on it. And what I found is a lot of people are going to their AIs and asking questions like, find a real estate agent near me, or find a plumber near me, or they're asking that stuff and they're putting their city in there, and then they get that list of, okay, here's some recommendations. Then they say, okay, what are the reviews about them? Or here's my problem that I have. I'm looking to get it solved. Which one would be the best one for me?
gotcha. So let's back up just a second here because the word listings is being used again. I mean, is it the same as our
Same
listing? I mean, just to make sure that everybody understands that it's the same process. It's just that the AI is becoming the algorithm that helps
It's the
manage.
search engine.
Right, right. And I always use the word algorithm because that's where I go. But it is truly a search engine. It's no different than Google or Bing or Apple Maps. Is that correct? It's just that
That's correct.
the way it gathers the data is through a different process because it's going out and looking collectively at all the data points, which is really the key to the whole thing on digital marketing. This, but just using a artificial intelligence engine to get there. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So it's no different than going to Google and doing a search for something near you. The only difference is you basically have an assistant that's there as a consumer. It's going through and answering whatever questions and doing the research for you. It's going out, it's looking at the different directory listings that you might have. That's why we go out to the 300 plus networks, and there's certain ones that the AI engines pay attention to and gather that information. They're also looking for that proper schema inside of a website. They're looking for all of those pieces to be able to answer its best piece. And what I saw really interesting in the data points is the AI is going out and people are asking it to do research on best reviews. Like, what kind of reviews do they have? Um, can they solve my problem? Well, if you don't have anything said inside of posts about that, or anything inside of in any of your marketing or on your website about what it is you do, that it's not going to be able to answer those questions. And a lot of businesses, I think, are going to be left behind.
I, based on what you're telling me, I'm going to agree with you on that 100% because what the way things worked before is it looked for consistency and frequency as well. On there. So now, not only is it looking at consistency and frequency, it's actually looking at other outside sources. From what I'm hearing just now,
It grabs from multiple places and then puts together what it thinks its best piece is and then delivers it.
right?
And it's gotten to the point that even Google is putting this inside of their search engine.
Oh, so they're actually going. What is their searching Gemini? Right?
Gemini. So there's an
Yeah.
actual version of Gemini right inside of search now.
Oh, okay. So they're actually modifying that a little bit because it's really interesting because you can do the search and then you can ask for verification to confirm that that's actual. But with the follow up question on reviews or
Right.
questions and answers, so let's just talk about that for a second. We've got questions and answers working for us really well right now. That's
It's kicking butt.
and you can really put a lot of data out there about your business that way. And I know that's just a Google source is where a lot of that lands, but that's a huge pull for the information, correct? On the AI?
It is. because that AI is going to go out, it's going to look at that information, it's going to gather that information. If someone asks that question and it happens to be inside of your questions and answers, it has a higher chance for it to come up inside of those search results.
Right. So just let's just speculate for a second. I'm going to ask the question because I keep getting asked questions on where, service area, and is it going to help make the service area a little bigger for the businesses because now it's pulling from more, or so it's still got to be based on geolocation of the
I
city?
think it's still gonna be a matter of geolocation because it's gonna try to figure out where it is, unless it's a question that's nationwide, and then it's gonna depend on that. If they go nationwide, then it's
Right.
gonna look everywhere. But I mean, if you're trying to find a roofer and say, okay, I've got a leak, which one does repairs? It's gonna go to their website, look for that search keyword. I mean, it's gonna do that research for you and
Right.
then deliver that result. So
And then
as a
yeah,
business owner, you have to make sure that you're providing as much information structured in the right way so that it can actually find what it is it's talking about.
right. So the website's going to become a bigger piece for content now because it's got to do a comparative, and then it's going to go to your website and make sure that you agree that so everybody needs to pay attention to the websites to make sure that
Yes.
that information is better and more accurate.
Yep. And I'm with everything coming out from Apple, cars are going to start having this information. They're going to start using AI more than what they're using just search algorithms because it can deliver a better result, especially when it comes to voice search. Voice search really depends on AI information, and
Right,
it's going to rely on that because it's having that conversation.
right.
So, I mean, in the last couple of years, we've had a lot of things change. We've had voice search registration come out, which is part of your local SEO. We now have AI listings coming out. We have all this information that's changing. It's absolutely crazy.
Okay. So I got another question for you then. Is the AI, in your opinion, because I know that when people are doing searches with their mobile devices or talking to Siri or Google Assistant or whatever, and you're looking for somebody specific, you say find a you know a restaurant in this area or a Chinese restaurant or a Mexican restaurant, whatever, and you say no because you're looking for somebody you know the name of it, but you don't know what it is, and they may not be the top three. Is the AI going to still kind of condition that process? Do you think? I mean, I'm just asking the question because I know that happens now. Because when you say no to something, you may not land on those top three again because it's learning about what you're looking for. So the blue sky research is going to change a little bit again, or searches basically.
It could. It depends. It depends on how the AI is going to use that information. It depends on how it's going to deliver it and what it's really looking for. Your search history is always there. I did a video recently that was about your devices are always listening to you. The number one goal from any search engine is to be able to deliver the best result it possibly can. And your search engines, your computers, your devices, your smart speakers, your voice assistants, everything across, they know you almost better than you know yourself in some ways because they are always listening. They say they're not, but I mean, I've proven wrong on that one. I talk to my wife about something. Next thing you know, I start seeing it inside of my search
I,
results. You're telling me you're
I,
not listening to me? Hmm.
my desktop does the same thing. All of a sudden, I see commercials for or ads start to pop up. If I'm on the phone talking to somebody, all of a sudden there's more coming up. So, so, so really, our platform is going to become more and more valuable then because of our consistency and the free and because we produce that, you put out that information daily whenever there's an update. That's just going to make it more valuable by using a platform like ours to get your information out there. Do you
It
agree?
is. It's going to become in more and more into that piece because it falls underneath those three different categories. You have authority, you have trust, you have sorry, of content, authority, and trust. But it builds on that to where you have to make sure you have it because whoever has the most information at the very top is going to win this battle.
No, I got you. And usually I'm the one who messes up the three pillars, not you. You're usually so, but no, it's so critical on that. I mean, absolutely. I mean,
Oh, yes.
I mean, I don't even know where to begin with try when I talk to people that are asking questions. They want to know, and the problem is you've just got to get out there and start doing it and just and see the results for yourself. Don't you can wait around forever till you think it's perfect, and it's never going to be perfect because it changes now. Now the acceleration of data and information is going to increase again over where we're
Oh, yeah.
at. So
I have stuff that's changed in the last week that we've had to change inside of the platform to be able to keep it up to date and be able to keep it current. But I think that this is something that local businesses need to be really cautious of. They need to know that AI listings is a thing. It's all tied into voice search. It's tied into your local SEO. It's all one great big piece, and it's all organic marketing. I knew AI was going to be huge for local businesses and getting backlinks because, I mean, people are writing blogs, and if they can reference that business, it's going to give that backlink to that business. And with the Google leak that happened earlier this month, I mean, it's one of those things to where we know now, even if a business is mentioned, it doesn't even need the website address. It now has value inside of it. So, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that's came out, changed, twisted around, and the big thing is just to stay consistent. Make sure your NAP is good, which is your name, your address, your phone number, and make sure that you're found absolutely everywhere because you want to be found on anything that someone does a search on.
right, so it's just not Google anymore. We've always said that, but
No,
it's
it's way beyond Google. I mean,
right.
you have Apple, you have Bing, you have Yahoo, you have DuckDuckGo, you have Gemini, you have ChatGPT, you have so many places, and there's so many of them coming out.
Yeah. So then again, so now the other thing that we need, we can talk about, and I know that I'm digressing a little bit or going down a little rabbit hole, is the blog piece where you can put more information about your business out there. So that's
That's
going to become more and
getting
more
really crucial.
right. So I don't want to even go down that subject because that's a whole
No.
nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation. And I mean, if you have your website with us, you can blog, you can do all of that. We'll help you. We'll coach you be able to do your website if you have a coaching plan and be able to put together a good plan to be able to maintain and be able to have the right information out there to be able to get it out to whoever's listening.
Gotcha. One more question for you then. Let's talk about social media. Is AI picking up on the social media side of this too?
I think so. I mean, anywhere it can gather information, it's gathering information.
Okay.
I'm sure it has some roadblocks and some pieces that are developed inside of it that says go to these data sources. So it all depends on what has access. So if your social media like Facebook or LinkedIn is visible inside of a Google search, then most definitely.
Okay. Perfect. Good to know.
So, so if you want to add AI listings into your plan, it comes with any of our paid plans. Make sure you check us out at simplybefound.com. This is Dean and Rob.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
our co-founders. We really didn't introduce ourselves this
But
time, but
we didn't, but it says it right there on the bottom of the screen. So
it does.
so we don't have to go through that side of it. Plus so anyway, thanks everybody for
Make
watching.
sure you like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody.
Bye now.